Hi, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Hi, this is Andre
And Andrea.
of the Freeway Tribe. We want to talk to you about our plans for the future. We are a family of 10. We have been traveling for 21, 22 months now. Crazy, isn't it?
It does. Now we're meeting people who are like, we didn't think you guys would make it for more than 3 months.
They gave us 3
They
months.
can tell us
you
that
believe
now.
it? And we went all in. We sold our house. We bought an RV. We got a new car. Everything.
And they were like, these poor guys. But we've actually fallen in love with it. I'll tell you what, there were a couple moments in the beginning that I thought, oh my gosh, are we homeless? What are we doing?
Yes, and also the first 2 parks weren't that great. And all of a sudden, your thoughts go through your head. Did we do the right thing? If it goes on like this can't be good.
And Florida's not the best state to go into the winter on your first season, and with a big family where you have a lot of retirees who maybe don't understand children and just
because everybody goes to Florida. People come from Canada. People come from the northern United States. Everybody wants to go to Florida because it's nice and warm.
Yeah.
But we did it, and we survived Florida, and we loved Florida. We figured it out. It took us some time to figure things out. This is Hannah, our new edition, our latest edition.
RV baby. He's all gunked up.
Yes, our plan was to do all of the United States in 1 year, but that didn't work out very well. There's so much to see. We have seen some amazing things.
And we've missed so much.
And we missed a lot. So we were almost tempted to do the same thing again. The West Coast is beautiful. There's a lot to see, but I know the rest of the United States is waiting for us, so we want to see that as well.
So what have we done?
What have we seen? A lot of things still, I think.
Even though we missed a lot.
Yes.
So our trajectory last time is we set out from Virginia. We went down the East Coast, down through the Carolinas, Georgia, down into Florida. Then we crossed over after a winter in Florida. We went through Alabama, Mississippi, Alabama.
Alabama, Mississippi,
Alabama,
Louisiana, into Texas.
In that order.
Texas. And in Texas, we spent probably 2 months.
Yes, along.
So we saw a lot of Texas. We both of us, or I at least, expected Texas to be a candidate for us to settle down. And we are back in Texas now, and it's beautiful here. But
actually, I'm liking it more this time around. I think every time it's amazing. You go to a new place and you have this new experience because it's new and the newness of it and taking it all in, right? But there's something special about coming back to the same place. It feels like you're coming home again. And so there's been a lot of times where we've gone back to places now and I felt like, okay, it feels like home. Feels like home again.
Yes, but there have been places where we thought, okay, we drive through here, and we fell absolutely in love with it. Like Idaho, for example. We thought we're going to spend a couple of nights or 3 nights or a week or so, and we ended up staying a whole month.
And falling in love with the people.
Yes, the people and the land as well.
So we went Texas, then we went New Mexico, Arizona,
then we
Utah,
headed north.
And then we went up to Idaho, crossed over to Washington,
came down the west
Oregon,
coast.
Down through California, back through Arizona, all the way, chucking back the same direction, all the way back to Virginia to have Miss Hannah. And we've just set off.
We spent the winter in Texas. The second winter we spent on South Padre Island in southern Texas.
That's right.
Almost on the Mexican border. And it was a fun experience.
It's fun. Most people don't know where it is. It's actually, again, like Andrew said, the very, very bottom of Texas. It tips down almost as low as the furthest point of Florida, like as far down as Miami. So it's very mild temperatures.
Right.
And some really hot days in the summer. It's a great place to be.
Right, yes. So, what was your favorite RV park?
I don't know. I don't know.
As you can see, this is not scripted. So my favorite RV park, I think, was the third RV park we went to. And it may have been because the first 2 RV parks weren't that great. The first one was over 55 community. And the second one was we just got onto Pine Island, and it's a beautiful KOA, but as soon as the sun was going down, all the no-see-um bugs came out and you couldn't be outside. So that really wasn't very nice. But the next RV park we went to was Royal Coachman in Nokomis or Sarasota, in that area, and that was just beautiful. You had the bay there. You could rent boats.
Right by Siesta Key. That's why it's so beautiful. All the beautiful beaches. Venice Beach.
Yeah, there were lots of trees. So it was a wooded RV park, and there was a lot to do outside of the park.
And they were very friendly. That always makes a huge difference.
And Angkor is just like maybe a half a level up from Thousand Trails.
Yeah.
So what's yours? Do you have some
Okay, so
time to
I
think
still
about
can't think about it, but I think it's going to be a state park. Rather than
State
Thousand
park.
Trails, it's going to be state park. So some state parks I love were Fontainebleau. State Park in Louisiana was absolutely
Very
beautiful,
nice.
across from Lake Pontchartrain, the most gorgeous sunsets,
across from New
beautiful
Orleans?
trees. I don't know. I almost feel like
Oscar Shera in Florida was nice.
Oscar Shera State Park is gorgeous. also.
Yosemite, I really did like Yosemite, the RV park, because Yosemite was right there, and it was fun.
Pacific Coast was amazing, and 1,000 Trails up in
Pacific City,
Pacific City.
yes.
Absolutely phenomenal. My kids call it the land of the giants because everything's huge. Even the slugs were like this big in Oregon. Gosh, there's so much. I can't even think about it. All the boondocking places. Joshua Tree was really
Yes.
awesome to boondock in Joshua Tree.
And I remember the one time we woke up in Utah in the valley after driving until 12 o'clock at night, and then we got out and the sun was up and there was mountains all around us. Hardly anybody there.
I like all of the pools at the place. Not really beaches, but I like the place that had the popcorn and the baby pool. It was so fun there. And what I used to like is when we went to hotels.
Hotels?
Yeah, they're fun.
But we haven't been in a hotel in a long time.
Yeah. But I wish we were in them.
Maybe one day we go again, okay?
Okay.
All right, Andrea, what was your favorite or most memorable hike? Give me a couple.
Okay, Mount Rainier, first and favorite.
I
Always,
think
always,
that's
always.
everybody in our family will say that, because it was just, everything was perfect.
And it breaks my heart that Noah missed it that day. He was
Yes.
having a teenager day, and he was like, "I'm going to stay home with the dog." We're like, "Fine, that's fine."
Well, it's a national park and we couldn't bring dogs. Dogs aren't allowed.
So we were like, "Fine, you're not in a good mood. You can watch the dog." And to this day, I'm like, I should have made him go. He would have had the best time. Favorite hike, Mount Rainier, bar none. Absolutely beautiful. It was when did we go? September or August?
No, it was before my birthday.
Okay, August. So there was still snow in the mountain. The waterfall was lush and gushing, and then everything else looked like beautiful springtime with the most beautiful wildflowers and beautiful animals and
Blueberries, marmots.
fresh blueberries that were so
Mountain
delicious. The
goats.
most delicious blueberries I've ever had.
And then beautiful views, like the lush greens, meadows,
Our
trees.
kids,
And
our girls still think that they went to go see Elsa's castle. Like Romy, who's 4, will say, "Mom, can we go back to Elsa's castle?"
Did you see Elsa's castle, Romy? Yeah? Did you like that?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you see Elsa?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. What did you say to her? Did you say, "Hi, Elsa. I'm a big fan of yours"?
Our 6-year-old, who was 5 at the time, hiked 8 miles all by herself. That's how much they love this hike.
Okay, a couple of contenders for second place.
Easy. I love Sedona. Love Sedona. So it's going to be Cathedral Rock, hands down. That was an amazing hike.
Yes.
That was a really fun
Cathedral
day.
Rock and Bell Rock were both, like Bell Rock was more climbing than hiking,
Yeah.
but that was fun.
Yeah.
What else did we do?
That was Cathedral Rock was another one where, our oldest started with, I don't know if I want to go. There's another rock, another hike, and he ended up having the best time ever. Like, that was really amazing.
Yep.
And I have to say, like, his attitude has completely changed in the 21 months we've been doing this. Like, he's just all for it. He's all in. He knows what we're doing, and he's here for the experience.
He's still a teenager, so he's got his moments, but I think in general, yes, he's changed.
He's a
for the
good
better.
kid.
My favorite was Mount Rainier because the hike was steam and we saw a goat and there was snow on the mountain. Ooh, we did find the blueberries on the tree,
Really?
on the bushes.
Did you?
I also really like Jellystone because it had water parks, bouncy houses, and a bunch of other stuff. Gaga Ball, that's where you learned how to play it. Yeah, it was fun. I loved Mount Rainier. I love seeing animals and picking the berries.
I liked Bell Rock and the one in Idaho where we went downhill with our bikes. That was fun too. Yeah. Bell Rock, it was a bit like it was like Cathedral Rock, except there was more climbing involved, and there were like places where there were ditches, so you had to like jump over, and yeah, I like that. Matthew and I ran ahead from the tribe, so we could get to the top of the mountain first. It was a bit like a race, in our opinion. So
So another contender for an amazing hike, super memorable, was Fifth Water
Hot Springs.
Fifth
Water Hot Springs. Yes, we were
Fifth
up.
Water Hot Springs in Utah, right outside of Salt Lake City, right outside of Spanish Fork, was it, Utah?
Winter National Park, National Forest, I think. Winter National Forest.
Absolutely
near the
amazing
Strawberry
hike.
Reservoir.
Beautiful. And then there's these hot springs at the top that gush with the Coal River waterfall, or I guess creek waterfall, and they mesh together and they make these perfect temperature hot tubs that you can just soak in and heal. It does smell like sulfur, so it does have kind of that rotten egg smell, which is not the best smell, but just the overall experience was really, really just amazing.
So I think Cathedral Rock was my favorite just because it was just super fun to climb up, and up there was a perfect view of like all the trees and towns and little buildings there, and you felt like the giant standing over the place, and it's not like you could just go on the internet and look it up. You have to feel it for real, and that one was the only one I felt really, really great about.
If you had to pick 3 states, which ones are your favorite out of what we've seen?
Okay, so I have to have a disclaimer here, because if we pick a homestead, then I'm thinking in terms of maybe the East Coast, right? I want to be close to the Atlantic Ocean. There's things I like about it. My family's in Virginia. We do love Virginia. We love coastal Virginia. We love the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. We loved visiting Roanoke area. So we're sort of thinking that may be our homestead area. But with that being said, we just, loved Sedona, Arizona. Absolutely loved it. Not all of Arizona, but Sedona was gorgeous. Loved Idaho, especially northern Idaho, like Coeur d'Alene, which again surprised me because it's landlocked and again, no ocean or anything like that. But they have beautiful Lake Coeur d'Alene. We absolutely love the mountains there. Loved Washington, loved Oregon. Wouldn't want to live there because it was too cold, but it's epic, epic, epic to visit. If I had 4 seasons homes, I'd have one.
I liked Idaho because, well, Idaho was my favorite in the trip because there was just a lot of water and bodies, so you could just jump in. Bodies of water. You could just jump in. It was a lot of fun, yeah. And there were a lot of flowing rivers where Noah and I would like to go deep into the water and touch the bottom. It was like 15 feet or something like that. Okay. We also went to the Cataldo pilgrimage, which was also a lot of fun in Idaho.
All right, as we're with favorites, Andrea, what was your favorite video that we made?
Oh, okay. Apopka Lake was one of the first ones we did. It's in Lake Apopka. That was in Florida.
I think it's called 107 alligators.
Yeah.
So we saw 107 alligators that day.
Pretty well. I think it's 109.
109?
Yeah, 109. We'll have to double check. Anyway, great video. That was so much fun.
All right. What else?
Petrified Forests.
I loved that. That was like a beautiful day. It was, I think it was coming close to going to Mount Rainier.
Yeah.
I think it was a day
you like
as
it too.
Good as this one.
Yes.
You didn't exist yet then.
We have our home birth video, not home birth video, birthing center video.
Yes, if you're interested in that, like birthing center birth. Yes.
Yeah. Oregon, the Oregon coast.
The Oregon coastline was beautiful.
Idaho is a great one.
Idaho, Mount Rainier, I think is our favorite hike. I think it's one of the best videos as well.
Yeah.
Like from our standpoint.
Oh my babas! And then we did a road trip from Texas to Arizona, which was fun.
We kind of zip-lined from Texas to Arizona, drove through New Mexico and saw a few things there, and then headed into Arizona. That was a very popular video. I think our most popular video was though our decorations, our tour of the RV. Yeah. So this year in January, February, hopefully we are going to make some more.
We've already made a lot of changes. And actually really honestly to see, like, for example, when Hannah was born, or when we were expecting Hannah, I was like, where are we going to put her things? And it's amazing how you just get really, really creative and you're like, okay, that space right there, that could be a shelf. Then we can buy a basket and put it in there, and that will be all her clothes. And it's funny how we started to do that over the last 18-20 months, and we've just used every nook and cranny to the max. I hope we're not overweight, but anyway, we'll show you some of the changes we made. We should have a few more completed by January, and then we'll do another tour.
That's right. The Appaloosa Festival was the point where we said after this our 2.0 trip begins, the second part of our journey.
Yes.
So we decided, we had to go to the conference in San Antonio in Texas. So we drove through Tennessee. We saw the Great Smoky Mountains. We went to the Jack Daniels distillery. We stayed at an awesome RV park. We went to Memphis. And then we headed over into Arkansas. And in Arkansas, we
Did Hot Springs.
Hot Springs.
Was that a national park or a?
Hot Springs National Park.
Yeah.
It's a town, and there's a national park.
It's so weird.
It's weird. And it was not my favorite national park, state park, or whatever it is.
Yeah, there was like a weird energy, and then something really cool with the hot springs. But it's a national park built inside a city because the city came first before it was made a national park. So it's really unique like that. But the bathhouses are really, really awesome. Or the fact that there's hot springs there is really amazing.
And after the Hot Springs Park, or the city of Hot Springs, we went to Crater of Diamonds, and we were digging for diamonds.
We thought we'd make some money.
Well, we thought we were going to try our luck, and some people have found diamonds there. We weren't as lucky.
But are we doing a video on that?
We're going to do a video on that.
Okay, so there's some tips in there because we learned some tips. We should have done our research beforehand because people actually do find diamonds, but they don't find them in the park. So.
But you don't find those tips on the internet either. You
No.
have to ask some people.
Come watch our video.
After that, we headed to San Antonio to the conference. We stayed at a nice KOA RV resort,
Right there
which
in
was
San
really
Antonio.
beautiful. Then the conference was great. Like we loved everything.
Epic.
that
We're on
went
fire for our little
Right.
business. Yep.
Yes, and now we're considering what we're going to do after this.
Actually, the conference changed our whole trajectory. So we actually thought it's October right now. We plan to go to Baja, California. Well, California and then Baja, Mexico for winter. But at the convention, we realized that we have a big event in March in Tennessee. And in February, I'm going with one of my sons to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. And so we were like, the flights are much longer, much more. There's a lot more going into it. So we thought, okay, it may be better this year to tuck into where did we decide to go?
We're going to Florida. We spend
winter.
the winter in Florida, like we did our first winter.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. We know now that it's hard to get around in Florida because everything is booked up, and we don't have the Adventures Pack and 1,000 Trails. And it could be really expensive to get an RV park for a whole month over there, or even find the availability. So we're going to try some woofing. So we'll probably make some videos on that. And
we also have good friends in Florida whom we're going to visit.
Yeah,
So we're going
help
to spend.
them out a little bit. And
They're renovating a house, and we're going to go there, and I'm going to help them out. And
but that way we're not jumping around Florida like we were last time. It was really hard. And we don't want to also, 1,000 Trails in Orlando has a little more availability, but it's also like we don't want to be in a cement park in Orlando either.
it will also be very good for our children because our friends are German, and he speaks German with his children. So hopefully our kids get more of that too. After the convention in Tennessee, we're not quite sure what we're going to do yet. Maybe you can help us out. Leave some comments. I think I would like to go north from Tennessee, from Nashville, go into Kentucky, hit a bourbon place, go to the Ark Encounter, maybe the what's the other one? The Creation Museum.
Yes.
Then head north, go through Michigan or through the Upper Peninsula. That would be about.
But that's already going to be
May.
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 April. It would be April.
Well, it depends on how fast we go. We could visit your parents. Anyway, I would like to go there, and then from there we can go west, and then there's Wisconsin, there's North Dakota, South Dakota, then Montana,
But the
Wyoming,
ones we
and
really
Colorado.
really want to see is going to be Wyoming, Montana, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado, Wyoming, Montana.
Well, I really want to see North Dakota, South Dakota too.
Really?
I think I've heard so many beautiful things about it. I want to see the Great Lakes. I would like to see that. Maybe go fishing there. They've got big fish.
I got to research
So,
the Dakotas because
I don't know. Leave a
really
comment.
excited.
Well, what should we do? Should we
Yeah.
head through Kansas? I think Kansas is flat. There is not much.
Someone sent me a message and said, "Stay away from Nebraska." That's all she said.
Same thing. Nebraska, Kansas. I think
Yeah.
are all very, very flat states. And then, like I said, we can't speak from experience. So if maybe you love Kansas, maybe you love Nebraska,
Yes.
So we're not talking down. We're not.
We're
I don't know.
open. We're open.
We're
for
open,
anything.
absolutely.
Yeah,
So
especially if we meet friends in
leave
the
a
area,
comment.
that makes it
Mhm.
that can change your whole flavor of a state.
exactly. So that's the plan, and then but we're going to the Baja Peninsula. That is the
Yes.
plan for next year.
We
As
definitely.
of now.
It's funny. Like at first you said no, we're not going to do that, and
Mm-hmm.
and then it took us like a whole year to totally warm up to the idea, and we're actually going to go. But then it just didn't make sense with our future schedules with going this year. So we definitely want to do it next year.
I still don't know. I'm not 100%.
You are. You
Not
were. You were
100%.
getting excited. You were there. He's
Yeah.
99.9%.
99. A few things have to happen before we can go, and I think we have to do a few things regardless. Especially if we go through the north, we won't have 1,000 trails. So we have to get ready for boondocking. So that means we have to do something.
Satellite. We need
Satellite. So we need the internet. So we probably have to get
what's it
Starlink.
called? Starlink.
And we need to get
A water set
solar
up, like a water situation.
and water, solar and
Figure these
water. So those three things I think we have to figure out before we really set off.
And in other news, we're expecting.
Well, we
Not
aren't
us.
expecting, but
We're expecting puppies. And I know it's like gluttons for punishment. What the heck is wrong with these people? And, we agree. There might be something wrong with us. But our dog Freya is the best dog I have ever had. I grew up with boxers. We've had 3 boxers now. And she's just amazing. I don't know if it's her lineage. She's got these champion bloodlines. Anyway, she's just the best boxer we ever had. And so right after the Appaloosa Festival, right before we left, or just about the time she got her period, and they're like, time to conceive is on the 10th day after they start bleeding. And that was literally like right when we were going to take off from Virginia. We're like, oh my gosh, do we stay? Do we stay 2 more days and just go visit Odin, our stud, who is living with my sister? And the reason also is Freya's about 5 years old. We don't really want her to do more than three litters. This would be the 3rd. And our stud is probably going to be fixed because he's giving my sister a hard time. So we were like, let's just do it. And if it happens, it happens.
Let's
And if
just
it
do it.
doesn't, it doesn't. And it looks like it happened.
And the funny
she
thing
seems
is,
pregnant.
after we sold all our puppies, after we finally got rid of the last puppy of
We swore we never
Zara,
do it again.
we said, will we do it again? It was such a tough time. The first month is okay with the puppies because Freya will take care of them. She's like a pro mom, and she cleans them. She cleans up after them, and we
Yes.
pretty much just have to feed her. She takes care of the rest.
And then the
Now,
last
after
4 weeks.
a month, or the last 3 weeks are the worst. Really, the puppies need to go out every 3 hours. The puppies need to go outside. And so that means getting up at
It's pretty
at
rough.
midnight, taking them out at 3, taking them out at 6 again. And
It's kind of like labor. You forget all about it, and you're like, you want another baby after a while. That's kind of where we are because it is exciting. And actually, I don't know if you know how long you've been following us, but when we did set up on our journey, we did not intend for our dog to be pregnant on the way, and she was expecting. So she had the puppies on the day we sold our house. So you have to go back and check out that video. The day we were closing the contract,
the hour we were trying
The
to
hour.
walk out to sign over the house
we had all the kids in the house.
in the car.
And we sent our son to go get the dogs. That was the last thing to do. And he said, Mom, she's giving birth to the puppy. So we actually asked the new owners if we could stay at the house another 24 hours till if we didn't want to move her so soon afterwards. Anyway, it's kind of a funny story. And we're there again. Looks like we're going to do this again.
Yes.
So anyway, the long story short, I know that was really long, but the point was we ended up starting our RV journey with puppies, with little puppies.
And we're going to start the second part of our journey with puppies again as well. So
yeah, why not 8 kids?
there you have it.
We
So
had-
lots more cuddly stuff to come.
So we'll keep you updated. We should be, again, like we said, going down to Florida, a little bit of Louisiana the next couple months, and for winter. We have a woofing gig down at the very bottom.
What is a woofing gig?
Well, woof, actually I got to go look what it is, but it's these organic farms, and I forget what the initials stand for. We'll put it down below. But it's a place where you can volunteer your work just to stay for accommodation. And since it's so difficult to find a spot for RVing, we thought, let's go volunteer at one of these organic farms and be close to the Keys. And so that looks like what we're doing. So we'll let you know about that. And then we'll come up through Florida, up through Georgia, and then into Tennessee for our conference in March. Be around that area for a little bit. And then, yeah, just, you know, we definitely want to hit Colorado, Wyoming, Montana. I think those were the 3 that we really wanted to hit, but we'll be crossing through
North
the
Dakota,
mid-states.
South Dakota.
Yeah, we'll have puppies. We'll show you the journey of getting rid of the puppies and finding them beautiful homes, and kind of that whole experience. So anyway, follow closely. We'll be cooking some good meals and sharing with you guys as well.
All right. See you soon.